was at a cafe and I pretty much started writing and decided I want to be a poet. And what happened was I put in all the poems that I've written over time together at this small cafe, and it was just like a fire, and I just had to write. I noticed that I was looking up while everyone was looking down. I was looking up at the trees and the sky and that, and yeah.
Hey, guess what? You can still do that. So read this to me, if you would, in the state you wrote it. Will you do me that favor?
Yeah. The chiseled-faced waiter sought acknowledgement for his good looks from his customers and those who walked by to make his day go quicker. The elderly homeless man armed with a cane, his joggers and a wicked sense of humour, walked by as onlookers looked on, his long white hair covering his fading blue eyes soaked with wisdom. The friendly bouncer, only to women of course, that transformed into a different person at the sign of trouble, checked his phone, waiting for peak hour at the front of a shrine to a woman's body, waiting for men to pay their penance. The silver-haired couple that strolled past him, holding hands as they walked by, silent, not speaking a word, because they already knew what each other were going to say, looked on as their city changed, day by day, while the young expecting mother soothed her partner's voice, who was eagerly awaiting her arrival home. The busker's voice, their most precious instrument, echoed throughout the city square. In the back of his mind he wondered, can he afford to eat tonight? New citizens passed me, eyes in awe of a city that gave them so many opportunities for themselves and their children. The youth, looking for adventure, roamed in their numbers, causing mischief like the generation before that. The police officer, watching them from a distance, fixed his hat, hoping tonight would be a quiet one. The businessman, holding his leather briefcase close to him, as he was confronted by the oncoming nightlife, chose his steps carefully. The buildings surrounded them whispered their dominance. Lights danced in front of everyone's eyes, illuminating all. Sounds reverberating off proud walls, playing the unacknowledged anthem of humanity. This is life at its finest. Evil will flourish if humanity lets it. We've come this far. Let's go further.
So clearly, by your poem, we're going to move forward. True?
Yeah.
Because that was your unconscious speaking and finding the beauty in life in spite of all the challenges. I was believing my thoughts and making myself depressed when I had everything to be grateful for, because I was only looking at this moment now. And most people make themselves suffer and depressed because they define themselves by these moments. And what I've learned that I pass on to you as a brother is that you are not defined by any one single moment. You're defined by what you decide to do now. And your poetry is beautiful. And as long as you make your poetry your true higher wisdom, it'll always lift you, it'll always remind you of the truth, and it'll give you the way to process out any of the that's there. And more importantly, it'll be something that someone else will be touched by.